Right, so I talked about uploading the video after I was studying. I'm going to say some more today after taking a short break, but I'm going to attempt the four tones here. So the creaky tone, la, 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 and then the low tone, la, la, and then the high tone, la, la. And then the last one's the stop tone, so let's try that. La, la, la. So that's a little tricky for me with learning where to put the intonations because, the tones. That's a little hard, as well as remembering to do the glottal stop. That's going to be hard to remember to do all that at once. So, let's try it again. Creaky tone. Let's see, now that would be, let me think. La, la, la. And then the low tone, la, la. And then the high tone, la, la. And then you've got the stop tone, which would be with the short and it's high, so la, la. So I apologize for butchering the language, but that's what I'm trying to do for the tones. I was finding out about the different vowels, open ending vowels and whatnot. So if you could give me information about like where to put the tongue in my mouth, because that'd be the most effective for me to learn how to pronounce the different vowels, like different tongue positions, to pronounce the different types of vowels, and also basically, critique be nice, but critique how I'm doing with the different tones, give constructive criticism, but that's where I'm at right now. So, see now, can I think of anything else? I'm going to be practicing and going to look up videos on how to write the alphabet because that's very important. Because I'm planning to be an interpreter here in the city, so I will need to actually be able to write down information from like doctors and whatnot. I'll actually need to be able to write down information. So, long journey ahead of me, but journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And I wanted to say one more thing. The idea of a glottal stop is not unique to Burmese. Where I live in the United States, there's a native language known as Cherokee, and if I remember right, Cherokee also has a glottal stop. But with Burmese, there's a weak glottal stop and there's a regular glottal stop. And if you want to know what a glottal stop is, there's a part of the human anatomy called the epiglottis in the throat. And you might remember there's the trachea, the windpipe, and there's the esophagus, which is basically the food pipe. What the epiglottis does is when you swallow, this little bit of anatomy, the epiglottis, will cover the trachea so that it seals it off so that the food goes into the esophagus and does not go into the windpipe because the trachea is in front of the esophagus. So what you have to do when you do a glottal stop is you have to, because this is really involuntary muscle, you have to consciously cause the glottis to close your trachea off, and that causes a complete stop, a sudden complete stop of the sound. So you have to really hardwire your brain to be able to do that when you're speaking. And that's going to be a lot of rewiring of your brain, and that's just something you're going to have to do if you want to speak the language for Burmese and or Cherokee or maybe some other language I'm not familiar with. But that's what the glottal stop is, and that's my attempt at the tones. So, we'll see you again next week.